Have you ever felt like you're behind in life? Like maybe everyone else is ahead of you, or like maybe you're just going through a really hard time and you're just like struggling and just going through so many difficult trials and challenges and lessons. Well, if you've ever felt that way, which if you're watching this, you're a human, not a robot, you've definitely felt that way. If you're feeling that way right now, then I really hope this video helps you, because this is something that I was feeling recently in a certain way. And I just want to talk to you guys about like my thoughts on it, what I was feeling, and why that's an illusion and that's not true. And we don't have to feel that way. We don't have to get stuck in that emotion, and we can switch out of that emotion and actually be quite okay, if not happy and grateful to be exactly where we are. And this is because in any given moment, you are exactly where you need to be. Even if it's a really difficult, trying time that's just like so hard. I want you to take a moment right now to look back on your life at any really difficult thing that you've gone through, any really difficult trial you've gone through. And then think about like, would you be the person who you are today if you hadn't gone through that exact experience? Like at that exact age, at that exact time in your life? How did that experience change your life? It was probably the low before you came up to your next mountaintop. That's usually what these low points do to us. They bring us down to slingshot us into the next peak, the next like mountain, the next glorious sunrise of our life. So like we can't really become the people that we are today without everything that we've gone through, especially the hard times. I talk about my best friend Sandy on here all the time, and she was sending me, or maybe we were talking on the phone, or she sent me a video or something, and she was just like, wow, I can't believe like my sister is 25 years old and she has 2 kids. The older one is 5, like she got pregnant at 19, and she's like a full-on mom, like her kids are in school, and it's just like, it's a full-time job being a mom, and like having your life dedicated to raising these small humans. Like there's literally never a break. They're like waiting for her at the bathroom when she goes to the bathroom. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I cannot imagine being a mom right now, let alone a mom of 5 years. And like at some point in my life, I am so excited to like find my life partner and have kids. Like I'm super excited for that. However, I was like, dang, I have had so much time in my 20s to go through my healing journey and to learn such important life lessons that will serve me throughout the rest of my life. And I'm not saying like moms don't have the opportunity to do this. I'm just saying like for me, I've had a really unique chunk of time in my life where I can explore myself in this way and do the inner work, have lots of time to meditate and go to meditation retreats and do therapy and do EFT tapping and take courses and like go on these trips with friends. Like I've had so much time to do such deep inner reflection, such deep soul work, to really get to know myself and create who I want to be and just like set myself up. And we were just like, wow, like we're so grateful that our life paths have given us this gift of time, like in our young adult life. And I know I have multiple friends who can get really down about like being single and not like having like their life partner and kids, because I mean, when you're in your 20s, really at any age, once you're an adult, like people are all over the spectrum with where they're at with their families and things. And I just want to encourage you to really be grateful for wherever you are in life and really look for the blessing that is your life. Look for the blessings that are unique to your situation. Because if you were in a different life situation right now, you would not have these specific blessings, even if it's a trial, okay? Even if it's something very, very difficult. Look at it and ask yourself, what is this situation teaching me? What is it teaching me about myself? What is it teaching me about my own beliefs about myself, my beliefs about the world, about how reality works? Because beliefs can be changed and beliefs create our reality. So if you're in a difficult situation, this is the perfect time to go be the gardener of your mind and really take account of like, what in here is weeds? We need to weed the garden of our mind to take out anything that's not serving us. Another thing that came up for me recently was I was scrolling on my phone looking for a photo of something. I don't even remember what I was looking for, but then I saw pictures of my most recent relationship that ended and like really destroyed me, honestly. And then I kept scrolling, and then I saw pictures from my relationship before that, and I essentially jumped from one relationship to the next, like back to back, which I normally never do. Normally there's like about a year in between my relationships, just naturally. But this last chunk of time, it was like one right after the next. And I was looking at these pictures and I was just like, this has been such a brutal summer of like getting my heart broken once and then falling in love again with someone else and then that falling apart, getting my heart broken. And I was looking at these pictures and I was just like, I wish I could go back to like months before when everything was good. I was looking at pictures from this one trip when I was with Sandy actually, and I was like, none of this stuff happened when I was on that trip. Like in that trip, I was in bliss. I was so happy. Everything was going perfectly in my life. And then it was just like the beginning of this roller coaster, like basically right after that. And then I was talking to Sandy about it, actually, because I was really, really sad, and I was like just so depressed about it. And she was like, yeah, but like you have so much to look forward to in the future. Think about like, rather than saying I wish I could go back to before, think about how good the future is gonna be. And wow, what a mindset shift that was for me. So if you're going through a hard time thinking about like, gosh, everything was so perfect before, I wish I could go back. Actually, let's take a moment to realize that we are the creators of our life and we have infinite power and infinite potential to create whatever kind of life that we desire. And just because we've gone through a lull or we've taken a freaking beating by life doesn't mean that we can't have the next best, most epic chapter yet. And that actually made me feel so much better. I was like, you're so right. The future is gonna be so much better. And I have learned so many super valuable lessons through these last two relationships. Both have really skyrocketed my soul transformation, my soul journey, my ability to know myself, know my values, know what I stand for, know what I desire. And I know that I manifested and attracted both of those situations. And, you know, if we're looking on the bright side, even though both of them broke my heart and were brutal, they were also so much fun. And I got to experience so much love and so much joy and laughter and connection. And like, as much as it hurt, it was also that in beauty and that in love and joy and goodness. So it's like, yeah, I mean, let's take the good with the bad. We can take the good things that happened in those relationships and those experiences, and we can take the lessons learned. Like, that is so valuable. And also, like, talking about relationships or going through a hard time in general, rather than just going through the hard time and just trying to survive, it's so important to really, really think about like, what lessons can I take from this? How can I use this to learn about myself and to change myself, change my beliefs, change my knowledge of myself and my power going forward? Because like, if you look at your past relationships, for example, it's really easy to say like, oh, why did those relationships end? Oh, because the other person sucked, because they messed up, they did this. But if you can get super, super brutally honest with yourself and say, actually, how did I contribute to the downfall and the destruction of each of those relationships? Because guess what? It takes two to tango. Even if one partner is extremely toxic and mentally unstable or abusive or whatever, there is something within you that contributed to that situation, even if it's as simple as oh, I didn't love myself enough to know that I deserve better when this person was treating me poorly. Okay, now that's a valuable point for you to know, it's really important for me to actively love myself and to hold myself in high standards so that I don't fall victim to a relationship that is abusive or whatever. So use those difficult times or those rough relationships. The relationship struggle is just what I've gone through recently. That's why it's my example, but it really works with any type of trial that you are going through in life. Use those to teach you lessons and to actively take lessons from it, because these are gifts from the universe. And if you don't learn from them, they're going to keep repeating. Sorry to break it to you. If you don't learn from it, it's gonna keep happening until you learn. That is just the cycle of life. That is the cycle of the soul journey, of soul transformation. And to get even deeper on a deep spiritual level, I personally believe that when we die, we do a little life review and we look back on our life. And if we see, when we're at a higher mind, if we look at our life and we see these commonalities, this pattern of the snake, we're gonna be I really wish I did that better. I kind of wish I had one more shot to overcome that and to really master that struggle. I'm gonna go again. I'm gonna go try it out again and see if I can do better this time. Well, do you really want to spend multiple lifetimes coming back to learn the same lesson? I don't know about you, but I personally don't. And maybe I've already been here so many times trying to get the same lessons through over and over. And maybe that's why I'm so passionate about uncovering my blocks and releasing them and transforming them, and ascending to my highest timeline, is because I just don't want to repeat the past, and I want to live my best life and not just keep repeating the past of old trauma and old patterns. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Comment below something that you are grateful for. I'm going to share something I'm grateful for. I'm really grateful for every single person who watches these videos, and especially who comments. Your comments, I'm getting choked up. Your comments mean so much to me, you guys. I read every single comment and I respond to every comment. Your comments just make me feel so bonded to you. You guys are so sweet, and I love hearing about you, where you're from, what you're up to, what you're creating in your life, what you guys love. So comment below and I will read and respond to your comments. I'm grateful for you, and focus on gratitude today. And I'm sending you love and magic and peace and blessings into your life, okay? Because if you're watching this video, I know that you are dedicated to your own healing, your own journey. You're dedicated to living a life that you love and being a beacon of light and love in the world. And so I just want you to know that you deserve that too, and I'm sending that to you. And it is on its way to you and there with you already. So I love you guys so much. Oh, and by the way, make sure you're subscribed, because obviously you want more videos like this. Okay, bye.